Hello and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Giorgie, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Giorgie's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give the dogs while we're working with them, and also the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we provide is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. And Giorgie has been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we will be sure to show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now Giorgie is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, and that's where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Giorgie take off now, and the command that you're going to give is Giorgie heel, and you're going to simply start walking. And as you notice, Giorgie has been trained to walk very nicely on your left hand side at your pace, not lagging behind on that leash nor lunging ahead and pulling. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit into the heeling exercise, so anytime that you're out and about and walking with Giorgie and you stop, she has been trained to sit nicely right there at your left heel position, and she remains seated in that position until you give her another command. And you'll see those automatic sits throughout the video. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command. It's a hand and voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm in front of her muzzle and the one-word command to stay, and then out to the end of the leash. Now Giorgie should remain seated in this position throughout the entire command and should not break. You're going to want to practice your sit stays often to help build up Giorgie's ability to sit and stay for longer periods of time. Start with low time increments of 30 seconds to a minute, and upon her success, increase your intervals, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your sit-stay. When Fred returns back, he walks counterclockwise all the way around behind, returning so that Giorgie is once again directly on his left-hand side, and she receives some praise. You will notice throughout the video here that Fred uses positive reinforcement, both verbal and physical, telling her good girl, great job, or physical where he gives her a little pet on the head or underneath the chin there. It keeps the dogs motivated and lets them know they're doing a great job completing their commands appropriately. So Fred demonstrates the sit stay for you again. He'll give her a moment to hold it, and now he demonstrates the recall command. The command you give is Giorgie come. She should get up and come in and sit directly in front of you. And then around the right side of you, the back, your left hand side sitting nicely, waiting for her next command, and they're going to demonstrate that again. So leave her in the stay command, out to the end of the leash, give her a moment to hold it, give the command Giorgie come. Have her come into you, make sure she sits, good girl, gets a pet, and then tell her Giorgie heel, and guide her around your right side, your back, returning her to your left hand side, where she sits nicely. Great job. Now it's important that when you're practicing these commands with Giorgie, that you're practicing them throughout your entire day, but you do want to set up about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Giorgie through her commands in a formal obedience training session such as this video. It's great practice for the both of you and will help with the transition of our new commands back into the house with the new rules. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the first of our down commands, down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, this time straight down towards the ground, the one-word command to down. Once she's down, give that stay command again. And of course with the down stay, she should remain laying down and should not break from this position. And practice your down stays frequently as well. And with your down stay, again, start with short time increments, 30 seconds to a minute, and increase her intervals upon her success, working up to a total of 5 minutes for the down stay. And you return back the same way. Now she broke from the command, she got up. Fred did not return back to heel position, so he goes back to heel position, puts her in a down again, and all the way around, much better. So if she breaks the command, the first word out of your mouth is no. Go back to the beginning, repeat the command. She needs to complete the command appropriately from beginning to end. Release her another down stay. I'll give her a moment to hold it, and then this time they'll demonstrate the recall command where she gets up to come in. Girl. Now you notice that she came in and sat for Fred. He bent down to give her some praise, and she removed her rear end off the ground. So Fred just simply removed the praise real quick, told her to sit, and she sat back down, and he continued praising her. Now this last command they're demonstrating is the down from a distance, the second of our down commands. Leave Giorgie in a sit stay, walk out to the end of the leash, and from the end of the leash you're going to use your right hand to give Giorgie the down command, and she should drop into a down directly where she's sitting. Very well demonstrated. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Giorgie has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Giorgie. We ask that you keep us posted on her progress when she returns home, and we thank you again for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.